action.
I'd like to call this meeting to order. Madam Treasurer, would you please call the roll?
Mr. Gebhardt?
Here.
Mrs. Segwin?
Here.
Ms. Karstafen?
Here.
Mr. Hauser? Nope. Mr. Parker?
Here. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. I'd like to introduce our group up here. To my far right is Board Member Brent Parker. To my right is Vice President Elaine Sequin. I'm Mike Gebhardt. To my left is Board Member Annie Karstafen. Way to her left is our Superintendent Angelos, and to her left is our award-winning treasurer, Colleen Ahold.
Wait, Ann, where's the trophy?
Do we have any board
I forgot
recognition?
to, next time.
Any presentations? I don't think. Visitors' comments, we do have one tonight. Gina Bampson Gruner, would you come up to the table and give your name and your address? You got 5 minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
I have 3 kids.
Oh, the mic. Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Well, hello. Thank you very much for taking the time to hear my concern today regarding the sidewalk leading from Griswold Road to Westwood Elementary School. I'm talking about the sidewalk that goes down like that through street, kind of like by where the old Elyria West
Where the
was.
buses are right now?
Yes, that one that goes along there, yes. So back in July of 2023, as I was starting to think about sending my oldest son to school, he started kindergarten, I started realizing that there was not a safe way to walk from my house to the school. So I contacted someone in the district, and that person agreed with me and said, you know, it is not very safe, that I suggested ramps be installed. They said probably, that they would look into it. In October of 2023, they got back to me and they said that they were continuing to evaluate the sidewalk issue from a legal compliance standpoint and gather estimates. I won't pretend to know the legality of whether the sidewalk needs ramps or not, like that is not my expertise. But I do know that morally and ethically, the sidewalk needs some sort of ramp or just a continuation from one point to the other to safely get from Griswold Road to the elementary school. I hope that everyone here as educators would think to themselves, we should be doing the morally thing, the ethically thing, the right thing to do, just because it's the right thing to do, not because legally we need to fix it to be in compliance with ADA standards. Also in October, it was stated that the Capital Committee, not sure who that is, but the Capital Committee agreed to move forward, but now the issue was the property was going to be being sold. So we had to wait for whatever was going to happen with that to go ahead and decide if the sidewalk was going to be fixed. I was told that this individual expected that the work would begin in the spring or the summer of 2024. So I waited the entire school year, and I managed to get my son to school every day, walking, maneuvering over the curbs, walking through the parking lot to get to the ramp that's in front of what used to be an entrance for that early childhood school that was there for a while. And I made it work. And I made it work in good faith that it was going to be fixed. In June of this year, I asked again because I didn't see any work being done. I hadn't heard any updates. So I asked again, and I was told that the board was in negotiations and that the sidewalk was part of those negotiations. In July of this year, I was told that a sewer line runs through the property, and now we needed a surveyor to come out, and that would happen in late July. I was told at that point that the current sidewalk doesn't have to be ADA compliant because it like predates when the ADA compliance has to I don't, again, I'm not a legal expert, so I don't know. But I would just hope that it would be fixed because it should be fixed. It's not only for me, it's for anybody that is trying to walk, that has a stroller or a bicycle or a wheelchair or a walker. Any of those things cannot safely get down the sidewalk back to the school. A levy was just passed in the district, so I can't believe that there's no money to fix the sidewalk. But maybe that's the case. I don't know, because I'm kind of left in the dark unless I keep on reaching out to the individual that I have been in contact with for over a year now. I can't believe that a safe route cannot be established, and that I have to wait at least a whole nother year or wait for the sale of the property to happen to decide what's going to be dealt with the sidewalk. As I was sitting here waiting for the meeting to start, ironically, Amy Higgins just left a voicemail talking about how safe we need to be and how many walkers we have in the district and how many bike riders we have in the district. We have a bike rack at the front of the elementary school, and I'm not really sure how people that would be close enough to ride their bikes to school actually bike to school without maneuvering at least 4 curbs or going through the parking lot that is now full of buses and vans and cars, and it's almost impassable at this point. I was told that I could fill out some special form and that my son could be bused to school, which I think is just absolutely absurd because we live on Griswold Road. Like if I choose to walk him, I should have a safe way to walk him. So I am now coming to the board, because I don't know if everybody was made aware of that or not, so thank you very much.
Can I get your phone number again, please?
Yes, it's 440-532-0160.
And your first name again?
Gina, Gina.
I will be in touch.
Thank you very much, I appreciate you.
Hey Gina, so though, just the sidewalk from Griswold, and then it just ends, like it doesn't have a ramp, or it just drops off? Is that what the
Yes,
issue is?
so,
I'm trying to
yes.
visualize it.
It's the ones down at that end. The ones up here they have a slope with, I don't know what you call it, the pink cement that has the little
We call
bubbles.
them the bubbles.
Yes,
Yeah.
the bubbles.
Yes,
So it's just the far part where the kindergarten village parking lot was.
Yeah, and there's the 2, cutouts of the sidewalk to get in and out of the parking lot there.
Right. The island.
The
Yeah,
island,
yeah,
yes. But you have to go up and down either 4 of those. And, picture me with a stroller and 2 young kids and a kindergartner trying to do that every morning. Or you would have to just go down 1, and then you could walk through the parking
Oh, the
lot
parking lot.
to get to a ramp that was there previously. I have no idea.
So there's 4 of them?
If you want to walk straight on the sidewalk and not have to go through the parking lot.
And right now, the buses are in the parking lot
Yes.
because they're moving this weekend, I believe. They're going to be gone.
Well, that will be better.
Yeah,
But then
yes.
we'll be back to how we were last
Sure.
year, where we're just cutting through the parking lot.
Yeah.
And still maneuvering the 1 ramp. So,
Okay,
thank you.
thank you very much. Somebody will get back with you.
Yes, I will.
All right, item E, Board of Education. I guess you need delegates for the OSBA.
I do, thank you.
I'll be the delegate, and Elaine said she would be the alternative.
Perfect, thank you. Whatever this is called.
The agenda?
Yeah.
We have to vote on that.
You have to, motion to approve it, yes.
Okay.
Am I making this-
Could I have a motion to approve the Board of Education items as presented in item E?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Guess I'll take my brother's.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you.
Discussion? You want to please call the roll?
Ms. Karstoffen?
Aye.
Mr. Parker?
Aye.
Mr. Hauser? No, Mrs. Segwin?
Aye.
Mr. Gebhardt?
Aye. Motion carries. Treasurer's action items, G.
Sorry, coming. We have, the approval of the minutes first, but I could.
Yeah, you missed the minutes.
Oh. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong one. Approval of Board of Meeting minutes as presented for the August 7th, 2024 meeting. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Questions? Please call the roll.
Mrs. Segwin?
Aye.
Ms. Karstoffen?
Aye.
Mr. Parker?
Aye.
Mr. Gebhardt?
Aye. Item G, treasurer's action.
All right, yes, to approve the attached list of purchase orders to comply with the district's purchasing procedures as detailed below. And that's the only thing I have.
Okay. I have a motion to approve the items recommended by the treasurer in item G.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Discussion? Call the roll, please.
Mr. Parker?
Aye.
Ms. Karstoffen?
Aye.
Mrs. Segwin?
Aye.
Mr. Gebhardt?
Aye. Motion carries. Item H, treasurer's other.
I have no other, and I have no report.
Oh, okay. Superintendent, action items, J.
Thank you so much. First of all, we have the Cleveland Hearing and Speech Interpreters contract for the school year. We have payment to classified staff for CPI training, and that is de-escalation and restraint training. Crisis Prevention Intervention, or Institute, I always get the I wrong. Intervention sounds better. To approve the PSI contract for St. Mary's. Also to declare the impracticality, yes, of providing transportation for the pupils involved. And I'm not seeing any students, so I want to make sure that we didn't do this incorrectly. Was that just, there weren't any and we forgot to take it off, maybe?
I don't do impracticalities.
Brian, you know? I'm just going to assume we don't have any students, and if we do, it'll be on the next one. Also, to approve up to 20 hours additional for the RN Melissa Frabata. We are shorthanded because the nurse from the preschool building resigned. We did find one, but they aren't going to be starting, so she's helping out to do some of that paperwork to keep us compliant.
Okay.
And that concludes my action items.
Thank you.
Okay.
It's on the bottom, I'm sorry. No, I got Melissa. I was talking about the impracticality.
Oh, I'm lost.
Where are we?
Yeah, we did.
No, we haven't done Ellie.
Always.
Yeah. She was on.
It's okay, we'll put them on the next one.
Contracts.
Did we do it?
It's okay, we'll fix it for next. We're good.
That's it?
That's it for that.
Okay, could I have a motion?
So moved.
Second,
Second?
second.
Questions, discussion? Madam Treasurer, please call the roll.
Ms. Karstoffen?
Aye.
Mrs. Segwin?
Aye.
Mr. Parker?
Aye.
Mr. Gebhardt?
Aye. Madam Treasurer, Madam Superintendent?
I gotcha. All right, personnel action items. First, to approve the unpaid leave of absence for the following certified staff member. Also to approve the resignation of the following certified staff. To approve the appointment of the following certified staff as detailed below. I'm going to have a few introductions at the end. And also to approve the supplemental contracts as listed below. To approve the following district and non-district game workers. To approve the retirement of the classified staff as detailed below. She, Carolyn White, 51 years in the Elyria City Schools. 51.
Wow.
I don't know if they were all in food service, but 51 years, that's a long time.
That was a long time.
That's a long time. She might have been in here when I went here. Yeah. Resignation of classified staff members, to approve the resignation of classified staff members. To approve the unpaid leave of absence for the following classified staff. To approve the appointment of the following classified staff as listed below. And that concludes my personnel action items.
Okay, can I have a motion to approve the personnel items recommended by the superintendent in item L?
So
So
moved.
moved. Second.
I got it. Mrs.
Anybody have any
Segwin?
questions?
No, aye.
Ms. Karstoffen?
Aye.
Mr. Parker?
Aye.
Mr. Gebhardt?
Aye. Motion carries.
Can I introduce a few new pioneers, Mr. Gebhardt?
Certainly.
First of all, I'd like to, and do you go by Alex or Alexandria? Andy, oh, struck out. Zandy.
Zandy.
Oh, wow, cool. Zandy, all right. It's Miss Stottlemyre, though, to the students, right. Our new kindergarten teacher at Ely, welcome.
Well,
And then, how have the first 2 days with Mr. Easton been? You can be honest, he's not sitting behind you. Good? Awesome. And then we also have Tiffany Easton, a long-term sub-kindergarten teacher at Eastern Heights Elementary. Yes, welcome. We're very, very glad to have both of you, and you're teaching kindergarten. God bless you. All right? They're fun to be around. And I think that's it that's here, correct?
Brian, did you?
Brian, did you find something?
Well, it might appear to be a version issue with your agenda, because there are some versions floating around that have the name on them.
Mine was the one that just came from Mary that we all have, correct? You didn't have a name under yours either?
No.
No.
you don't have a name.
So is there a name?
There is a name on this version here, of the parent and guardian.
Okay, so could you bring that up, please?
Well, welcome to the Pioneer family.
Yes, yes. I'm gonna, just, Howard, can I just read it off, or do we need to go back?
I would go back briefly just on
Okay. So I'm going to go back to number 4, under action items, to declare the impracticality of providing transportation for the following pupils involved, which, and then there is listed to the Montessori Children's School. So we would probably need to revote. Okay.
That's in superintendent actions, right?
Yep, superintendent action items. So if we
Okay.
could get another motion.
Could I have a motion to approve the items recommended by the superintendent as presented?
So moved.
Second.
All right. Madam Treasurer, please call the roll.
God bless you. Mr. Parker?
Aye.
Ms. Karstoffen?
Aye.
Mrs. Segwin?
Aye.
Mr. Gebhardt?
Aye.
All right. My superintendent report?
Yes,
Real quick here.
thank you.
Yes, thank you. Got that all done. As you heard from our guest tonight, the robocall went out just to remind everyone of safety procedures and everything for students coming to school, and giving parents some tidbits on that. Also, opening day, I want to go back to the 15th, I believe it was, seems like so long ago. We had a wonderful opening day. Tom Murray was here. I think if any of you saw, we sang, we danced, we had a lot of team building activities. We saw the building leadership teams do a lot of team building activities. And I've had fun the last couple days, and I haven't posted it yet. I went out and participated in some of the student team building days. I will say I was unsuccessful twice at Eastern Heights Middle School. I did not help the team very much, but I tried. But it was nice because I think what we saw was that students, staff, and everyone was getting along and trying to get to know each other. I will tell you, this staggered start that the board has allowed us to do has really been a wonderful addition to the calendar, and it gives all of our staff time to get to know each and every student 3 different days, so that we, when they get all the students at once, it's a lot different. So tomorrow really will be our first full day of students, and we're excited about that. To go along with that, and I don't know if you guys can do this at work, but our new T-shirts, which went along with our theme for this year, which is be bold, be fearless, be you. Hold on. Be a pioneer, and our hashtag for the E. So I have one for each of you. They're all the same size, so.
And they're all smalls, right?
They're all smalls, right.
That's what I thought.
But they're that great soft material, but we're really excited about the theme this year.
Extra small.
I think you'll see, we have bracelets and bottles, and they all have the hashtag for the E. It's our connection this year to getting the community involved in all that we do. And I have to credit James Banyez. Jay Banyez is the one that came up with it. And it's catching on. It's catching on. So enjoy your T-shirts.
I like it.
Thank
You should see all staff members in them tomorrow. Also, we had an optional PD day on the 14th, and we had over 150 teachers that came in on essentially their last day of summer. And we had a wonderful PD day here and a lot of different presenters, and a great job from the student services and the academic services departments. They did a great job of setting that up and presenting and all the good stuff, but it was fun to watch the staff in the PD day, and I thank them all for taking their last day like that. I don't know if you've seen it, but it started to go out by the Urban League and the Lorain County Historical Society. We are partnering with them. They're using the PAC, and I can bring it up. There's a play that is being sponsored by them that's based on the book Some of My Friends Are. It's the daunting challenges and untapped benefits of cross-racial friendships. And it's all kind of part of the equity work. And Dr. Plummer from CSU wrote the play and the book. And we're happy to be a part of putting that on for the community. Friday, the 6th at 7 p.m. and Saturday, the 7th at 2 p.m. in the PAC. And you'll see it, we also sent it out to district, but you'll see it promoted on social media, and Amy will be sending something out for the community as well. Also, the operations department, Mr. Kokai and the operations department have done a good job of starting to get the Elyria Charities signage up. There's no more of the old sponsor, so great work. I will tell you, the Spidell family, who is the local Elyria Charities head of that, have been great. They were passing out school supplies the other day. They came to our community football day, so they're all in. They're not just giving the money, they're also participating, which is always a great thing. Bill and Rachel Spidell have always been such wonderful supporters of, and their daughter, of the Elyria schools, back to the days where I think at Prospect they helped buy some of the original smart boards. So always been around, and I think they're a great community partner. And then you have your T-shirts, but I have one more little gift for you. If you just take your name, and you can take Len's, it's your pass to all the events that you get to go to this year. So, sporting events, so there you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. That is all I have.
Thank you, Madam Superintendent.
Thank you.
Board of Education, anybody have anything?
Well, I got the pleasure of going to the open house at Hamilton and Northwood Elementary and Northwood Middle, and it was neat to see all those faces and the kids all excited to come back and meet their teacher and see what's going on. I didn't get to go to all of them, but the ones I did get to go to was nice to see, and the teachers were excited to see them too, so great job, staff.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I do have one thing. I know that in the past, we have talked about our board having a board meeting at JVS.
Yeah.
And I know that many other districts have used JVS for their board meetings. So when we're having our organizational meeting coming up in January, I would definitely ask that we would put that on to have one of our board meetings at JVS.
In the
as
spring?
well. Yes.
You're thinking,
whenever-
okay,
yes, yes.
sure. I'll call Dr. Faircloth
Great.
and set up one of the dates to do that.
Yes. Thank
That's
you.
fine.
Travel.
Thank you.
Maybe we can set it up too, so that you can even get a chance to see the building too. I know they've done that in the past too.
Thank you. very
Or maybe
much.
feed us in that wonderful,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
they got
we'll
good
skip the
food.
tour, we'll just eat.
Yeah, we eat.
I just had one, I wanted to bring up, and you guys probably saw it on Facebook, they're talking about the other schools doing free for students for the football games. I mean, is it something we should talk about?
So the the athletic directors and the principals had their meeting. The superintendents have a meeting next week and are all going through it. That is one of the agenda items. And typically what happens is we decide as a conference and do it together. Unfortunately, some of it changed, I don't know how, but if you really look into it, not every student is free. I think it's based on their status, whether they're free and reduced or what have you. But we asked a lot of those questions to find out exactly
Yeah.
what they
I
did.
think it would help, I mean, we don't have as many kids as some of the schools have.
Sure.
I think it would help us.
Well, the other
More
thing we
student
talked about
representation.
too, I talked to Heather and Matt and Jay, is maybe even making some type of a really low-cost season pass to all the events of sporting, where it's difficult because a lot of times the students are the main spectators, and I'll say this for you, a lot of our athletic costs get offset by some of the costs to get in. But I think there are things we can do. Hopefully, as a conference, we can come up with something together, because that's
Okay.
usually how we do it.
Yeah.
But I agree, I believe that there was one school that's doing it in our conference.
In our conference?
Yeah.
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 And obviously, I know the private schools do, and they do have a lot more kids that go to the game.
Yeah, oh, sure.
They-
I think it would be
private
nice
schools
to do something, whether it be free or much lesser cost.
Yeah.
And the high school is actually talking about using passes for some of their PBIS as well, passes to games.
Okay.
So,
Great, thank you. Okay, I guess we have board policy reading. A motion to approve the first reading of the following board policy, graduation requirements. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Would you go over this real fast?
Graduation
Discussion?
requirement.
Yeah, it was just a few changes that the state gave. Specifically, do you remember? It wasn't any major change. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. This one. It just lists the policy, the graduation
Oh, yes, the
Yeah.
yes, no, it's just the state changes.
Yeah.
I couldn't hear what you said.
No, I'm sorry, yeah, usually if it's anything beyond what we've been doing,
Just the requirements.
so it's just the same requirements. Usually, a lot of times they just update it because of the name of the department or something like that, but there's no major changes.
It's like one line.
I wanted to make sure I was right in saying that.
She did have the option to do that.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Madam Treasurer, please call the roll.
Mr. Parker?
Aye.
Mrs. Segwin?
Aye.
Ms. Karstoffen?
Aye.
Mr. Gebhardt?
Aye. Now, could I have a request for executive session to request an executive session for the purpose of discussing negotiations with public employees and for the purpose of consideration of confidential information related to the negotiations between the school district and other political subdivisions respecting requests for economic development assistance as provided in RC 5709.40 to RC 5709.43 with possible action to follow as authorized under Ohio Revised Code, Section 121.22.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Second.
All right,
Third.
call roll.
Brent can be second.
Ms. Karstoffen?
Aye.
Mr. Parker?
Aye.
Mrs. Segwin?
Aye.
Mr. Gebhardt?
Aye.
That's drinking.
Move into executive session. Thank you all for coming.
I feel like we're a little discombobulated.